بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب زدني علما.
Okay, the next thing we'll try to understand the OSPF configuration with interface subcommands or OSPF advertisements by using alternate method. Like if you remember in the previous concepts, we have seen the OSPF configuration. Generally, the OSPF configuration goes like in this example, when you want to advertise this 10 dot network, we just define that particular network ID or the IP address if you want to advertise only that particular interface, and then the wildcard mask, and then you have to tell that particular interface comes in which area. So this is a normal way you advertise, or the common way you generally say, because the first method or initially we do this way. But again, the problem with this configuration method is you need to really figure out, like in this topology, if I want to advertise this particular interface in that particular area 0, then I need to figure out what is the interface IP address. And again, I need to figure out that particular IP, whether you want to advertise that particular complete subnet or just an individual IP. Because generally on the WAN interfaces, we advertise only one IP, that is sufficient, or advertise the complete subnet, it's up to you. But again, when you talk about LAN interface, you need to advertise again the complete subnet again. So which means you need to figure out the network ID again, if you want to advertise the complete subnet, and then you need to calculate the wildcard mask. If that is /27, then you need to figure out the subnet mask and then calculate the wildcard mask, define that particular wildcard mask, and then area number. So it's a little bit lengthy process. Okay, so it's like, very difficult to figure out which interface enabled with OSPF. Of course, we can use show IP OSPF interface brief to figure out which interfaces we have enabled, but still while you are doing the advertisements, that will create a little bit complex way to do. So Cisco added another option with OSPFv2. OSPFv2 means again for OSPF for IP version 4. We'll talk about OSPFv6 when we say OSPFv3, that's what we call it as. So we have alternate way to do this. So one option is you can still use this method. It's still valid, still correct. You can still use that method. But I can go with another way where I can simply use interface specific subcommand, and I can just use that subcommand like IP OSPF1 area, something like that, in the interface mode instead of using the network commands. So we have an alternate way to advertise the OSPF without using the network commands. So how to do that? We can directly go and enable the OSPF on the interfaces. Like in this example here, you can see, let's say if I want to advertise this 10 dot subnet, like we are removing this 10 dot network configuration. So I'm just replacing this with the interface specific configuration. Like in this example, I want this I'm changing this in configuration here. So if you just observe here, I'm going to this G0/0.1 and .2. And these two interfaces should be in area 0. So we go to the interface and directly we say that interface should be advertised in area 0. So we don't need to bother what is the IP, because we are really not bothered about that. What is the subnet mask or what is the range of IP? This is not really required. But if you're using this method, network statement, then you need to know the network ID, you need to know the wildcard mask, and then you define the area number, and probably that is not required. You just simply go and enable under the interface, and automatically it will advertise whatever the network present, of course, whatever the network ID, network present, with the whatever the mask you have configured on the interface will be advertised automatically to the remote routers. Likewise, here you can see these two interfaces. We have advertised them in area 0. And then G0/0 interface in area G0/0/0. Again, we have to see here G0/0/0. This interface has to be in area 23, I think, as per this topology. Okay, so this is just an example, not exactly the same design topology here, but this is just an example to understand. So anyway, I'll be going into my specific topology. If you remember in the previous lab, I have already configured the OSPF. Like if I say show run, you can go and check the router 1 is pre-configured with this 10 dot interface as well as this interface in both are in area 10. So what I'll be doing is I'll be removing this configuration network statements and I'll be using the interface subcommand. So let's go and do this. So I need to go to config mode, and the first thing I need to remove this just to make sure that, so no, okay. So already I think I copied that, and I'll also remove this. I'll copy this and then add no and pay. Or you can just simply remove the entire OSPF if you want. You can simply go and say router OSPF1 completely, you can remove. But make sure that you enable the OSPF process first. And if required, you can also add a router ID if you want. Even though router ID is optional, as I said, you can add. If you don't add, it will automatically take the highest IP of the loopback or the physical interfaces. We discussed this in the router ID sections. So just we need to enable the OSPF process, and then to advertise the network statements, we directly jump into the interface, and then we say IP OSPF. What is the process ID? I'm going to use 1, and that interface in which area? Area 10. And likewise, the other interface is S0 by 0 by 0. So I need to specify that interface also in area 10. Now what I should see is I should see this interface and this interface forms the neighbors. Of course, on the router 2, I have configured the network statements, and here I have configured the interface subcommand. So still it works. So it's like alternate way to advertise. And if you verify show IP OSPF interfaces or OSPF interface brief, if that command supports, you can see these interfaces are advertised with OSPF. Okay. So basically this interface subcommand is an alternate way you advertise. And if you want to verify outputs wise, slightly it will differ. In the packet tracer, it's not showing up, but when you work on GNS3, you can verify. I'll show you these options here. When you say show IP protocols, if you are using the network statements, then the output looks like this: the network ID, the wildcard mask, and the area. And if you're using the interface subcommands, then you see something like this. So these all interfaces are advertised in area 0, and these are the interfaces which are under the area 0. So if you have more areas, it will also show you another area and what are the interfaces under that. So these are output difference you will see slightly. And when you say show IP OSPF interface, a specific interface, you will see this output generally attached to a network statement. Means this interface is advertised by using the network command. Or if you are using a interface sub-interface command or interface subcommand, then basically you see this option is enabled. Means the OSPF is enabled on the interface, and that is automatically advertising your interfaces in the OSPF domain. Okay, so either you advertise your OSPF either this way, that is also correct, by using a network statement. But if you're using these interface specific options, this will make your job much easier compared to figuring out the network ID and the wildcard mask, those options. So it will simply make your job much easier. So if you verify the route exchange, like if I go and check on the router 2, you will see the same thing. You will see the routes. 1.network is being advertised with these options here. If of course I have to say show IP route, you'll see show IP route basically with /24. Whatever the interface mask present, automatically it will copy that mask and displays in the routing table.